Hello. To
Hello.
see you on live, to speak about this incredible new album that will come, that is coming in November. It was the 3 November, Mad World. So first, my first question, because we are in France, I am in Paris. So it is about last year, because you are playing a show in the Hellfest last year, incredible show. How was it for you, this experience, finally to come back on stage last year and to play in Hellfest?
Yeah, Hellfest was definitely one of the most important shows we ever played. It's of course one of the biggest and most important metal festivals in Europe. So we really enjoyed the time there. And actually, it was the second show which we played with Julia and Joey together. The day before, we played at Grasspop Metal Meeting in Belgium, and then Hellfest on the next day. So it was quite a nice experience, and we will never forget it. It was a nice weekend.
And Julia, how was it for you? It was your second show, so it was just you just arrived in the band on stage. How was your integration, and how is it to finally to play with this band, Contrast, to sing?
Yeah, that was absolutely amazing and wonderful. Something which you will never forget and will always remember. Yeah, it was my first biggest stages so far yet, and it was, as Manuel said, it's like a jump into cold water right away, especially if you cannot swim like me. Yeah. But luckily for me, I was like, I am a good singer and I have a lot of experience and stage, of course, experience. So it was not not hard for me to perform these big stages, because first of all, I guess the guys, they are highly professionals and they are absolutely beautiful personalities, and I felt perfectly comfortable on the stage, knowing that behind my back, professionals standing, and we all having fun here and sharing contrast music to the people in the crowd, to the world. So it was, of course, a lot of exciting and nervous, but it was so cool, I must say.
It was great for you. So how is it finally? How do you become there is a lot of changements in the band in these 9 years after the last album. You became the new singer, and you get also a new drummer. But you, Julia, how do you become finally the singer? Do you know them before? Is it a friend story, or how do you get in contact with them? The band.
Uh-huh. Yeah, it happened through mutual friend, and I just decided taking part in and applying, let's say, for that place of new female singer in that band. And there was also a few other girls, as far as I know, and yeah, I just recorded a few short parts from their most famous songs and sent it to guys. Although we never met before, like in life. But obviously they really liked my records and they invited me to the studio so we could meet in real life and get to know each other, talk about future plans and how it should go, everything, So it was right from the start, the right connection, and like parts of the puzzle were complete finally, like, okay, I'm in the right place with the right people. So it really felt right from the start.
It was when you are on stage. Finally, both twice you. What do you want to give to the public, to transmit to the public when you are on stage? Is it fun? I know that you have a lot of humor. We see in the last video, incredible clip. We speak about this clip after. But what do you want to give to the public on stage?
Positive energy. Positive energy. I mean, it's not only that we give positive energy, we also receive it back from the audience. They just celebrate the music with us because they appreciate the variety and the colorful style that we provide. For a change, you know, it's not all like brutal metal or something, but we really provide positive energy and the audience gives it back. So we actually receive a lot back from them.
Mm-hmm. So about this new album, 9 years to get this new album. It was a long time. Was it? Do you write a lot on the whole 9 years, or do you write just last year the song? How was the writing finally? Is it a long period of writing?
I started writing the material 2.5 years ago, roughly. So it was already during Corona times. There was just enough time to do songwriting, you know. The time before, we've been touring a lot and played our biggest shows, as we talked about already. And yeah, after I started writing the new material, the guys needed some ass kicking there to also get on board and get out of Corona mode. But then, as they did, we finished that thing, and now it's finally out.
And Julia, how was your implication in the writing of the songs?
Let's say I took part in creating process already during recording the songs in a studio, because for me it's easier already to work with some ideas and build up my ideas on someone's ideas, you know. So that's why it was really helpful for me to having already sketches of the songs, ideas of vocal lines, some lyrics and some arrangement, and then my brain started working. Yeah, and and I created a few very cool vocal lines in choruses, for example, like in the end song. I created this vocal line based on Stefan's idea, because mainly Stefan, who our other singer, who actually created the lyrics and vocal lines, I guess. I just more adapted this to my voice, sometimes changed, and in the end, yeah, that all creation, as you can hear on album, worked very well.
Yes, it was. Do you finally for this album? Do you write a lot of songs and after you did a selection of the songs, or do you just write the songs that we find finally on the album?
There's a ton of material that did not make it onto the album. Of course, it's always the same process actually, and maybe we will in the future we will decide to use that material, but probably we will start all over again. That's just how we prefer it, because you always have different influences when you start writing. So material that's like 2, 3, 4 years old maybe is not does not apply for it anymore. Does not fit, you know.
Mm-hmm. So to get Julia on the voice, very melodic. You are the part very melodic for the chorus and everything like that, like in the single that we can hear now everywhere. Does it change something finally to write for another singer like Julia?
If I may just add to this, sorry for interrupting you, Julia. For us, it was definitely a very great experience to work with Julia on the songs in the studio, because she just covers a huge range and she has an incredible voice. And in songwriting, this in turn gave us the opportunity to actually, fit it to her voice, and so we could actually tap into new dimension, and it was just an awesome experience. But Julia, take over, please. Sorry about that.
And how was the recording finally? Do you work a lot in studio? Was it a challenge finally to be in studio 9 years after? I suppose there is a little pressure. You know that people are waiting for so long for a new album from the band. So what was your feeling in the studio recording?
Well, during the writing process, it was not a pressure at all. It's just, you're in the workflow, and then one idea after the other comes to your mind, and you write it down. So this was not a pressure, but I was of course nervous how the audience, the fans, how they will react to it, as we had quite some changes in style, and of course also in the lineup. So I was curious how the reactions would be, and as we know by now, it's completely overwhelming. Actually, from today, it's public, it's official that we hit the charts in Austria. We rank number 4 in Austrian album charts, which is quite a success for us, and we're celebrating this at the moment.
Yes. It was so you choose a lot of singles. There are I Physical Like You. There is a Lederhosen Overkill. It was one of the last single with this incredible video. Very funny. You are in the Far West and crazy. Julia, you are in jail. It's a sort of a Clint Eastwood version, but funny. How was it to be a sort of actors to in this kind of video clip? Is it funny to do this part of the clip?
Yeah, that was definitely funny, crazy day with protests and everything, and we enjoyed every moment of it. Had fun, of course. Went nuts sometimes, and yeah, for me it was not hard at all to play my role, because let's say I can be a badass, so it's like sometimes I thought, okay, I'm playing just myself,
Next step is Hollywood.
Yeah, why not? Why yes? Who knows?
Why do you choose this song? Alors, there is I Physical Like You, Lederhosen Overkill, The End. Why do you choose especially these 3 songs to be the single before the album came? So everybody will discover the new album with this title. What was the idea? Is it difficult to find the right song to be a single?
Very difficult. No, it's very difficult. I had personally, I had a very hard time when we were discussing which songs would be singles. We of course also discussed it with our label, and back then I had 7 out of 11 songs as favorites, which I wanted to do a single on. So it was really hard to limit it down to 3 that would appear before the album got released. But yeah, finally they just represent the album very good. They both cover the old contrast style, if you will, but also the new one, the evolved one with more electronics and more sound programmings and stuff. So yeah, in my opinion, we made the right choice with those tracks.
Yes, on this album there are a lot of electronics. The first right, with the first half, we are really in the element. We discover this face, this side, electronic side. Is it important for you to finally put this side electronics? There are a little hip hop like this. It's very fusion. Is it important to show, to write songs like that?
It developed naturally. Back then, when I started writing the material, I just listened a lot to electronic music and also to pop and hip hop stuff. And yeah, this kind of influence you can now witness and hear on Manuel. I always started out with writing the bass synths when I wrote my ideas. So all those influences are still there and define the kind of new contrast style now.
About the lyrics, so I think it's Stefan who wrote the lyrics, but is there some lyric where finally you feel closer personally on all these lyrics? Is there a lyrics, a text where you feel closer than the other?
How do you mean closer?
Closer. I mean, you feel you really like the writing, the text writing.
Yeah. For me personally, that's, for example, The End, which is kind of a dystopic and very epic song, which covers all kinds of issues, troubles, problems that concern everybody at the moment, and the world needs to deal with those issues at some point. So I really like it that we put our finger into that wound, and I think it's important. So I would choose this one. Yeah.
It was yes, I see the video. Sort of lyrics video, not really, but it's very pessimist finally. This song is very pessimist.
I wouldn't call it pessimistic, I would call it critical.
Mm-hmm. And you, Julia, which is the text that you prefer on this album, to prefer to sing, where you feel very closer, you feel is a text that finally touch you a lot on this album, emotionally?
I'm not sure if it's possible for me to pick up one song because I'm adapting to every song I'm performing, and I'm live through every song. So I'm like, I don't know, it's they're all different. And what I can definitely say that performing vocally, I really enjoying the I Can't Control It song. It's really huge vocal lines, and I'm just going up there really.
So in studio, when you record this album, personally, each one, what have been the challenge? Do you have some challenge? Do you have some song who have been really a challenge to record?
Manuel?
Okay. Ladies first? No?
I need to think.
Okay. For recording, it was I could not recall a particular song that was a challenge, but what was quite challenging was that in the studio and also rehearsal room where we started recording here in Vienna, they started some construction works during our production phase, and we needed to move as well the rehearsal room and also the studio to another location. And all this within a few days, just because we also needed to finish the recordings at some point. which was quite tricky because we, of course, needed to finish some stuff in the old studio environment, you know, because of acoustics, and then needed to continue in the new studio environment. And this was, for me at least, was the biggest challenge because it was also very exhausting physically.
And you, Julia?
According to songs, which song was the really challenging for me during recording? I think it can be Let der Hosen Overkill, because there is a vocal line in pre-chorus and chorus, just like you know, like a razor is just it's so sharp. It's like cuts your ear in two halves. And that really was a challenge for me to really pushing that voice and record it really in right vocal position, let's say. But also according to all recording process, I would say it was sometimes so long recording days that we came back home, I don't know, much later than after midnight. So it's sometimes I even told guys, like, maybe let's stay for a night in the studio, just lying on some couches, you know, and in the morning having coffee and continue recording, because time is really running out and we need to finish. So it was a lot of stress, but absolutely a lot of fun and enjoyment.
So this new album, there is also this incredible cover with this brain, with demons, the eyes in between, straight in the brain. You call it Mad World. What is the Mad World for you? Do you think that the world is really crazy now?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, in the past decade since we put out our last album, the world went completely nuts, and the title speaks for itself.
Mm. And Julia?
Yeah, I agree with Manuel, absolutely. Nothing to add.
It was just come back to the past, because I see something incredible for the album Second Hand Wonderland. You work with Russ Ballard, who is a huge legend, who works with so many artists, and who a lot of bands do cover from him. How was this experience to work with Russ?
Yeah, we wrote Raise Me Up. It's based on Russ Ballard's ideas. Me personally, I was not lucky enough to having met, but the guys went to London. He's obviously living close to London, and created the track there back then, and we still play it live because it works perfectly with the live audience. It's really, people are celebrating it, moshing and dancing and jumping around to that song. So it was worth it, and we are really thankful for it.
So you will play very soon in France, I see.
Sorry, I did not hear you.
You play. Do you play very soon in France?
Yeah, booking for next season is in progress at the moment. I cannot share too many details, but of course we are looking forward to coming back to France again, as the shows there always were a blast, especially Hellfest, of course, but also the smaller festivals and events we played always were amazing, and we're looking forward to come back, of course.
Julia, do you appreciate the life on the road when you have a lot of show each day, a show each day, and really a tour, a long tour? Is it something that you appreciate, to be on the road?
I mean, I not clearly heard what I appreciate there, or what.
Yes, do you appreciate to finally to be on tour with the band? Do you like to be on tour? I mean,
Okay, got it.
you got it.
Of course.
Great.
Yeah, absolutely. I looking forward for longer tours and more countries, more festivals, more everything. You know, it's like it's it, it's absolutely exhausting process. You just, I don't know, after the show you just think about only, I don't know, grab one drink and then immediately go into bed because you need to be next day already ready to perform new show. And I really love it. It's, I don't know, you always on that limit, on that border, you know, dancing on that border, and it's cool. It's balancing there. But it's that experience which I guess we all were in KONTRUST, we were born for. Yep. I will.
So if you have to, for you, what are the main differences between this new album and the last one, Explosive? It was it came a long time ago now. What are the main difference, and what do you try to put in this new album?
Music-wise, the main difference are the excessive amount of synthesizers and sound programmings that we used this time, which we did not use so much in the past, which, as we discussed, comes from the influences during the songwriting process. They just developed naturally, which in turn gave us, I mean, like a new style, let's say. We kind of reinvented ourselves with it. And theme-wise, lyric-wise, and let's say package-wise, it as we discussed already, the past decade was crazy, and we summarized all of our experiences and impressions that we got during this time period, our observations. So that's also how the title Mad World came about, because for us it was a no-brainer, as the world went completely nuts, and that's incorporated in the album.
And Julia, what do you want to, what do you try to put on this album, on this new album, with your vocals?
As much more craziness as possible.
Great.
Personality and the voice and vocally and like energy. So yeah, I just performed as I felt. It's like clearly, purely me, let's say. I gave my all.
Great. Thank you very much for the interview. It was really a pleasure to speak to you, to speak about this crazy new album. And I hope to see you really soon in Paris and all around France to play live. And thanks very much for all.
Thank you very much for having us.
Have a nice day. Nice evening. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.